Akron, everyone. I'm your host, Sarah, and I get to speak with Julie Koenig today. Julie, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And Julie is the owner of Royally Amused, which is something totally different. I had never heard of anyone she runs a company that focuses on British royalty, and she teaches people about it and just has fun with it. So share with me let's share a little bit about you first. You were born in the UK.
Okay, well, I was born and bred in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to the States when I was 31. So the royal family, it's intrinsically still part of my culture, even though I've been here for 25 years. And I'm now an American citizen.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you. So it's still a big part of my life. But about 2 years ago, I started a TikTok account just to give people little anecdotes about the royal family, funny things that maybe they hadn't heard before about the royal family, always keeping it positive.
Yeah, sure.
And at the same time, I was giving talks at my mother-in-law's retirement home in Brecksville. And they were really well received. Now, during that time, it was the Platinum Jubilee. The Queen had been on the throne for 70 years. Unfortunately, she died in September.
Right.
And then last year, we had the coronation that I was fortunate to attend.
You attended it?
Yes.
How wonderful.
Yeah, in the rain. So from that was really the catalyst for it, that people were really interested in the royal family. So I go around the region, libraries, senior centres, I host private events too. And I have an array of presentations. I can pretty much talk about anything to do with the British royal family. And I have to say, Northeast Ohio fans are serious royalists.
There really are quite a few people. I mean, I have seen a lot of Instagram posts when, different things are happening with the monarchy. I see them all over my Instagram here in Northeast Ohio. So I do think we have a lot of fans.
Yes, and they definitely go beyond the headlines. Shame on me that I was thinking, well, I'm from Britain, I'm going to bring something new to the table, which I strive to do, and most people say that I do because I have that perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the end, I love the end of the presentations because I get these questions. And people have obviously gone beyond the headlines as to their knowledge of the monarchy.
Yeah, absolutely. And you probably get to learn some things as well from them.
I absolutely do. And I actually have I would like to give a little shout out to my fan base. I have ladies that follow me around different libraries. So I do have a small fan base that just come along. So I like to see them because they've always got the best questions.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I love that you gave a little shout out to them. That's so fun. So what are the libraries you usually go to? If people are interested, maybe they can check out some of that. And of course, we'll put your website up as well.
Yes, usually around Cuyahoga County, a lot of the libraries, Independence, Strongsville. I've been there several times and have a following. Palmer, Avon Lake. I live in Avon Lake, so I get support there.
We might have to bring you down to Akron sometime and do something special. So people could contact you for a special event, right?
That's my next goal, actually. As I said, it's really started to take off in the last 2 years. And I have been asked on my Instagram, when are you coming to the east side? When are you coming to Akron? So that's really on me to, boots on the ground, get into the library so everybody can get my material.
That's wonderful. And we do have a really wonderful library system here. There's the main library is right downtown Akron. It's really beautiful. So I hope you come visit it.
I will.
I hope you do. Okay, so I want to know, what are these presentations? If someone, I know you said you have many different ones that you can present to people. Share a little bit about some of the topics.
Okay, so I'll start with the most popular ones. And actually the first one I ever did was British royal weddings. And that would be very popular. And then that was talking about the Queen. She was Princess Elizabeth at the time, her wedding. So we go back to 1947.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then I talk about her children. So Charles and Diana, everybody remembers that wedding. Prince Andrew, Prince Edward, Princess Anne. Also her sister, Princess Margaret. She had a beautiful wedding. So that's really popular. So we get into all the details, who made the dress, what the flowers were, what was the menu, who made the cake. So really,
and of course all of that is recorded because these are the royal weddings. So it's
historical.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And then I try and find little anecdotes that people may not know. So, one of the things is when the Queen got married, a tiara broke the morning of. So it just goes to show she was just like us. Things can go wrong for the royal family.
So what did she do? Did they fix it, or did she have a new tiara?
They fixed it. They were able to fix it in time, yes.
That's good.
And then the next presentation that I would say is popular is Diana.
Of course.
Princess Diana, obviously, she sadly died 26 years ago, but still such a massive interest. I always get a really good turnout when I'm talking about Princess Diana.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did a tribute to the Queen because, I wanted a presentation about the most famous woman in the world, which I put together the month before she died. And that really was a tribute, what does she eat for breakfast? Where does she like to stay? Where does she go on vacation? Some of those, not the formal things. But then she died, so then I turned that into a tribute presentation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And talk about all the jubilees that she had. And that's also very popular too.
I could see that. Do you ever talk about the grandkids? So I know they're also very popular.
Yes, so I have a presentation called The Future of the Monarchy, which is about William and Kate.
Yes.
And that's fairly new, but I've had interest for that too. And I think going off at a tangent from William and Kate, the other new presentation I have is talking about the royal wardrobe and delving into
what they have to wear.
What they wear on and off duty, who the designers are. So I talk about Princess Catherine, Princess Diana, the Queen Elizabeth II. I mean, she really started all of that. So that's very popular. I do the coronation of King Charles. I have a 6-foot cardboard cutout of King Charles that I take along, and people like to get a selfie with King Charles.
I bet they do.
Yeah, and I'm just touching on scandals because people said, well, what about the scandals? Which there are many.
I was wondering, do you cover some of that? Have you covered, like Prince Harry and Meghan? Do you touch on that, or do you kind of leave those things alone?
I leave those things alone. So some of the scandals I'm concentrating on are the abdication, so going way back a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I talk a little bit about the day Diana died.
Yeah.
That was a big event. I talk about the guy, Michael Fagan, who broke into the Queen's bedroom and the events that led up to that. And then after that, I think there's more to talk about than what we saw on The Crown.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think people always love a good scandal and want to hear your opinions on it, of course.
At the end, when I started, people said, so what do you think about Camilla? Since then, it's changed. So talk to us about Harry and Meghan.
Right.
And I usually say, I'm Switzerland. I'm here to talk about, the positivity of the monarchy. So I try not to go down those rabbit holes, but they do push me on it.
I bet they do. I bet they really do want to know your actual opinion. It's probably hard to be Switzerland.
Yes. So, I think it's there's 2 points I would make, really. It's a shame that they had to air their family drama in public on a global stage. I do feel sorry for Prince Harry. And really, from the ground point of, 25 years ago, I moved to the States, having grew up in the UK.
Yeah.
And I was very homesick, and going to California was a complete culture shock.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it was just me going to work. I wasn't a prince of the realm, a very popular prince on the global stage with everything that they had going on. So he must be a tough guy to deal with all of that.
Absolutely. And even, both of them losing their mother at such a young age, I'm sure also had such a huge effect on them as well. And they're, just working through that and mental health and all of that kind of thing as well. But
yeah, I do feel, people say, who's your favourite royal? And I say, it's usually Princess Diana. I like what Kate and William are doing and how they're representing the monarchy. But it always goes back to Princess Diana for me. And I feel personally, I think she would just be horrified at the two brothers being estranged the way they are.
I'm sure she would, being their mother and wanting them to be able to be together.
Yes.
For sure. Okay, well, I love that we got to just chat a little bit about all of that. That was really fun. And so this is what the end of one of your presentations is like. You present something and then you get to chat with the people that came and they get to ask you questions and whatnot, right?
Yes, I also have a really easy question at the end, multiple choice. First person to raise their hand gets the prize.
Ooh, that's fun.
Which is usually Fortnum and Mason tea, my favourite tea. It's a very nice tea and candy. And people really like that too.
Yeah, we're big tea drinkers here as well. My husband is like, Christmas, I want loose leaf. I want, English breakfast. I want, like, he has all these very special things that he wants with his teas. So I've never gotten him that brand though, so I'm gonna have to write it down.
Yeah, I will bring you some next time.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. So I want to tell everyone how you're going to be in a couple different colleges before we wrap up. So you're actually going to be teaching some classes at a couple colleges.
Yes, you will be able to catch all of my presentations at Baldwin Wallace College in the spring and actually the fall, and also I'll be at Tri-C. They're non-credited presentations.
Non-credited presentations, but I love that they're bringing you there. That's so fun.
Yes, so all of the presentations that I have will be there. Everybody can get the dates from my website. Check me out on TikTok. I usually have 15-second, 30-second little fun anecdotes about the royal family, and I do post there about the dates where
wonderful.
I'll be at libraries or senior centres.
That's fantastic. All right, so go ahead and share your website and go ahead and share all your social media.
Okay, so my social media is Instagram at Royally Amused, TikTok at Royally Amused, and my website, royallyamused.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Julie. This was so much fun. And I feel like there's going to be some viewers that are like, I never knew a person like that existed. I want to go to those presentations and hang out with her because I love the royal family too. And so what a fun thing. And we're going to get you in somewhere in Akron so you can be down here with us.
I have to go to Cleveland Library, if I can say that, and
yes,
also Akron Library too. Those are the two big libraries I need to get to.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We had a great time here on Good Morning Akron. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got more great stuff coming up next.